Hey, good afternoon, planet Earth. How's everybody in the galaxy of the Milky Way? I hope doing well. We're doing just terrific here in the Los Angeles area of California. Today, we are going to discuss for the Dhamma for the new millennium. We have a special subject. We may not be able to finish with one broadcast, but we are going to compare the 10 commandments of the Christian religions to the 5 precepts of the Buddhist philosophy / religion, whatever you'd like to call it. There it is. Ajahn Chanya put them up on the screen there. You can read the 10 commandments and the 5 precepts, but I will do so. I will read the 10 commandments and I'll let Ajahn Chanya read the 5 precepts. This is something I grew up with, having been brought up as a Catholic, and I went to Sunday school every week until I was in the 8th grade. And the 10 commandments are, number 1, let's start over. 10 commandments, number 1, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Number 2, thou shalt not take God's name in vain. Number 3, remember to keep the Lord's day holy. So right there, the first 3 commandments pertain to God himself, behaviors on which you should do or not do in order to honor God. Then we move to number 4, honor your mother and father. Number 5, thou shalt not kill. Number 6, thou shalt not commit adultery. Number 7, thou shalt not steal. Number 8, thou shalt not bear false witness. Number 9, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. And number 10, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods.
Okay, that's very interesting. And come to 5 precepts. Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not commit sexual misconduct. Do not lie. Do not use intoxicants. So today, I'm very glad that you raised this issue to discuss because we right now, Buddhists and Christian people must live together. We should have peaceful coexistence in living together in this planet, in the earth. Very important to have more mutual understanding.
Yes, it is.
Understanding is very important that we should understand what you are thinking, what you are respecting, what you are committing. This means understanding. So it is very wonderful that when and wherever we are going, most of us have religion. And on that religion, we have the way to practice in daily life. 10 Commandments, as you mentioned, is very important principle of Christian people, or I think sometimes if Jewish people follow too, or in some available in Islam religion.
Yes.
So I think it's cooperate in three religion in order to extend mutual understanding. Now we study Buddhism and compare the principle for daily life of our beloved people around the world. I think now Buddhism, Christianity, Islam are the main religion that also people follow or practice. So very important for us to come and compare in order to find out the similarity. Why do we find out the similarity? Because if we know the similarity, we accept that on the truth is one.
It's true. The similarities,
When
yeah,
I
what people are
compare
saying.
right now about the Ten Commandments, I feel very surprised so much to say that 90% of commandment and 5 precepts are same.
Yes.
So let further on, could you please explain me about the first 3 commandments, and then from the 4 to 10, I would like to share about Buddhism.
Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, the first 3 of the 10 commandments specifically make reference to God Himself. Number 1, thou shalt have no other gods before me. That means Christians should not worship any other gods. It's stating that there is one God and one true God. So do not worship other gods, the goddess of love, the god of the sea. There is one God, and do not have any other gods. That's basically what commandment number 1 is saying. Do not worship anyone else but me. The second commandment, thou shalt not take God's name in vain. That's the one thing that pops into my mind is, forgive my language, but you'll hear people say when they're mad, they'll say, God damn it. God damn it, like that. That is the prime example of taking God's name in vain. You're swearing.
Not so good to say God damn, right?
Right. According to the 10 Commandments.
Uh-huh.
That it's not a good idea. It's not, you should not use God's name in vain, in anger, in connected to something negative.
Right. When you say God, you should think in about positive
Correct.
or good thing.
Yes. Number 3, remember to keep the Lord's Day holy. Now they're referring to Sunday. In Christianity, Sunday is the day of the Lord. That's the day, at least as a Catholic, that's the day that everybody is supposed to go to church. And Sunday is considered the Lord's Day. So that third commandment is saying, don't forget about Sunday. On Sunday, you should go to church, pray, and think about God.
If we compare Buddhism, we start to compare the principle or commandment. In Buddhism, it's not commandment, but it's tradition for the people to keep the Buddha's holy day. We mean the half moon day and full moon day. About 3 or 4 times a month.
Right.
Like we go to observe the 8 precept, and we can say in English like to keep celibacy. We mean the mind. when the mind is free, it's fine, and then stable and pure. We call celibacy of purity. And
Interesting.
on the half moon day, full moon day, we preserve about the Buddha's holiday to think the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, to follow the Buddha's qualities like a purity, great compassion, a loving kindness. Then we visualized compassion, great wisdom, and loving kindness to grow in our mind every Buddha's holiday. So we can compare, we can start on the third one. You go to church on Sunday. All Buddhists go to temple or preserve 5 precepts or 8 precepts on the half moon day or full moon day. We have the same day for the holy. Important thing is both Christianity and Buddhists should have one day, the day for purity. The holy means purity.
Hmm.
In Buddhism, purity of body and mind and speech.
That's interesting. I mean, that's not mentioned in the 5 precepts. Is what you just discussed, is that mentioned in the 8 precepts?
It's not 8 precepts or 5 precepts, but in the Buddhist tradition. So to study today, I think we do not limit just 5 precepts and 10 commandments, but sometimes it's necessary for me to add about the information from another sort to show the similarity of 10 commandments.
Okay, so there's definitely similarities in the tradition. The difference is that it's not actually mentioned in the precepts.
Yeah, it's not mentioned in the precept, but in another places. And if you read Buddhist scripture, it's like a tradition of the strict Buddhist to observe the 5 precepts on the Buddha's holiday.
Hmm.
So we can compare to this day of the Christian people. And then not only 8 precepts and even 5 precepts in some season. For example, in the rainy season, you know, like at last rainy season in Thailand, but here in summer, that you always come to practice meditation, and most of Buddhists observe about 5 precepts in that season.
Interesting. Okay, shall we move down the list of
To
commandments?
4, okay, number 4.
Number 4,
Yeah.
honor thy father and mother. That's pretty much speaks for itself. Thou shalt not kill.
And then could you please explain me about the atmosphere or the tradition to practice in the Christian family? What about this in the actual life?
Well, honor your father and mother. I mean, that's, respect your parents. They're the ones that are raising you. They're the wise ones. They're older than you. They have a lot of good things to offer you. And you should keep that in mind and, not show them disrespect. You should listen to what they have to say until you become an adult yourself. And I think that once, as at least like I have learned, my father and mother helped me more as an adult than they did as a child, because sometimes when you're a little kid, you don't want to do what your mother and father say. But then when you become an adult, you realize that most of the stuff they told you was completely right and true. And
Okay.
even though
In comparison with this one, It is available in the Mangala Sutta or the High Eight Blessing Discourse of the Buddha, or the High Eight Blessing Sermon, or the sermon on the topic of the High Eight Blessing. It's same as a sermon on mountain, right? It's called
Yes.
sermon. And for this, the Buddha said that Mata Pitu Upathanang Etamang Kalamatamang. This is Pali language. If we translate Pali language into English, to take care parents is the highest blessing for you. This is word by word. Take care or looking after parents is the highest blessing. Is the highest goodness for son and daughter, like that. Or in Buddhism, the Buddha said that we have corporate practice to each other. Like parents should take care son and daughter very well, physically and spiritually. And then you nurture both body and spirituality grow. You make the body and spirituality mature, something like that. By bringing you to religion, it's like in your tradition, your parent brought you or pick you to church. For me, I went to the monastery with my mom every half moon day and full moon day. This is the duty that parents have done to make us mature, both body and mind. Then after that, when we grow, they send us to the school or try to find up the grade school as best as they can. And then they prepare well for us. They give us a free shelter, free residence, free food, and a lot of money without payback,
Yeah,
interest.
that's true.
They said in Thai sense, parents are like a bank that the action bank you can go from at about 8 o'clock or up to 5 o'clock. This is the former time sense, but now you can go every day. Then we can change parents like ATM. Then you can ask money from your mom at 5 o'clock a.m., 5 o'clock p.m., or sometime if you need at 8 o'clock p.m., okay, we can give you. That's very important that we appreciate what they have done very well for us, and then one day, in order to make the world fair, we should do in turn to them. This is like the Buddha's teaching on father and mother.
Very good. Very good. Let's move on to number 5. This is an easy one. Thou shalt not kill.
Come to the number 5 equal to number 1.
Exactly. Yeah. If we have to explain this one, then
Okay.
I think there's something wrong. Yeah, but the difference, the big difference, and I find this very interesting in Christianity. Thou shalt not kill is referring more or less to humans, but in Buddhism, thou do not kill is referring to every living creature in existence.
It's different. Yeah. because we have no limitation, compassion or loving kindness to all without limitation, even your enemy.
Right. Even a bug, even a mosquito or a fly.
Insects, yeah, they are our friends.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, that's self-explanatory there. Number 6 in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not commit adultery. I want to talk about that alongside as number 9, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, because those are pretty much the same
Okay,
thing.
the 6 and 9 can
Yes,
be concluded in the third one of 5 precepts, I think.
that's true. Do not,
Okay, good
yes,
explanation.
do not commit
Explain.
sexual misconduct. That's pretty much the same as both the 6th and the 9th commandment. Thou shalt not commit adultery in the 10 commandments. That's saying don't cheat on your wife. Number 9 is more the thought in your mind. Don't crave, don't lust after your neighbor's wife. So both of those pretty much are summed up in the 5 precepts, but with number 3, do not commit sexual misconduct.
And then I think the 9th one is very deep. Same as in Buddhism, in the principle of the wholesome action. No coveted, no coveted the things from of the other, including wife and things and property, or no greed, something like that.
Right.
It more deep. It more deep than the 6th one. The 6th one is just only you go to touch by the body.
Right. Yeah, the 9th one includes the thoughts and the desires,
Yeah, the
not just
thought.
the
So
action.
the 9th one is very deep. I think I'm not sure in the New Testament, right? We have the meaning like the 9th one too, right?
What was, say that again? What was the question?
Or in the New Testament, you know.
Yes.
Or next time, okay.
Yeah, I think,
Could you please find out a sermon on mountain to
yeah,
compare?
well, the 10 commandments were, that's a good question. I think it was in the Old Testament, but
Yes,
I mean, it was all the same. Whenever Moses came down from Mount Herod and smashed the tablets, he had a tablet in each hand and presented the 10 commandments. I think it's the Old Testament, but I'm not 100% sure, because I think the New Testament is after the birth of Jesus Christ. But I haven't studied Christianity in a long time, so I could be wrong.
okay, it's not wrong, but it's a good time for us to come to study Bible and study Buddhism together, because sometimes just God cannot help the world. We should invite the Buddha to help the world together to make peace. Okay.
I agree. I agree.
Then very interesting for the 8th one of 10 Commandments equal to the 4th one of 5 Precepts, right?
That's true. Well, we skipped number 7. Thou shalt not steal, and that's the 10 commandments. And number 2, precepts. Do
Right.
not steal. That's pretty much easy to figure out. Don't take what doesn't belong to you.
Right.
Yeah, that's all you really need to say about that. But yeah, then when we go to number, you're right, number 8, thou shalt not bear false witness. False witness means don't say something that isn't true. And that's the same thing as do not lie, number 4 on the 5 precepts. So that's identical. It's just worded in a different way.
Right. But the practice is same.
Same exact meaning.
Right.
100%.
And very interesting, the 9th one is very deep concentration it leads to insight meditation to keep your mind be far from the craving or the
Craving,
desire, yeah,
impure thoughts.
into pure thought.
Right.
And then for the fifth one in Buddhism, do not use intoxicants.
Now that's interesting because there's nothing in the Ten Commandments about that at all.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah.
it's very good to cooperate, to fulfill each other. Like Jesus Christ says, I do not come to destroy, I come to fulfill. So we both religion to come to fulfill each other, to have more the more strong power to get rid of the defilement or evil.
Right. Right. Well, that number 5 precept, the do not use intoxicants, I think that that's specifically important to Buddhism because, one of the main ideas of Buddhism is to stay mindful.
Right.
And I can tell you as a person who has used a lot of intoxicants in his past, it is very hard to stay mindful when you've had a lot of alcohol or marijuana or any drugs. In fact, it keeps you from being mindful. Any type of intoxicant works against you when you're trying to stay mindful. And so it's obvious why that's one of the 5 precepts.
The Buddha said that mindfulness is required on the places and all the times. Is covered. Yeah, on the places, on the times, because mindfulness protect on the danger or save you from all dangers. And
Absolutely.
mindfulness save you from the misconduct, all misconduct. It remind you, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And then the last one, it saves you from defilement that defile your mind and leads to suffering. So you come to temple every day at 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock and have some conversation with us to save or to keep our mind to be free from the destruction or disturbance of the defilement, like a greed, angry, or delusion or craving. We can do this well when we have more mindfulness. The more mindfulness we have, the more freedom we are.
I agree. Yes, it illustrates one of the big differences in the philosophy behind Christianity and Buddhism is that in Christianity, there's drinking of wine in the Bible and you from what I remember when I studied, I never even heard the term mindfulness until I started studying Buddhism. So that illustrates one of the big differences between Buddhism and Christianity, in my opinion.
In Christianity, a wine is a wine symbol of blood of Jesus Christ, right?
Yes, I've heard. Yes, it
And
symbolizes, yes, when the priests do the rituals and they break the bread and they drink the wine, they say, this is my blood, the blood of the new and everlasting covenant. I still remember a lot of this from going to church so many times. So yeah, they use wine in actual ceremonies for religious ceremonies.
but it is a symbol of the blood. Why is a symbol of the blood? and then bread is a symbol of flesh, right?
Right.
This is we study very deeply. Thank you very much to comparative study, and if possible next time you should find out the Bible, New Testament on the Sermon of Mountain. Sermon on the Mountain. Have you heard about that?
Are you referring to Moses when he presented the Ten Commandments?
Not Mercy, but Jesus Christ had one time.
Okay, no, I'll have to look that up.
Okay, and you bring and with comparative study in other aspect available in Buddhism to make more understanding between Buddhism and Christianity. And then today we have the cross, right? You have the cross, we have the wheel. And the cross, if we compare Buddhism to cross the eye, if you have the feeling of eye and mind more and more, you feel heavy. And after you get rid of the feeling of eye, you feel empty. So it's compared to the cross in
Interesting
Christianity.
comparison.
Right.
Yes. Okay, well then we know what we're going to do next time.
Okay.
But what's interesting is, I mean, between the commandments and the precepts, obviously there's some differences, but there's quite a bit of similarities too. And I think focusing on the similarities is the thing that's going to bring people together. Because there's no two people in the world, regardless of what religion or philosophy you subscribe to. Everybody's different in their own way. But if that's what we focus on are the differences, it's going to be a lot harder to get along. There's always something that's similar, and if we concentrate on those, maybe it'd be a little easier for people to show each other peace and love and kindness.
Right. Okay. Would you like to see some people?
I would like to hear what let's hear what the Russians have to. Are you going to get any Russian fake comments this time, or just
no Russian coming either now?
Just our usual friends. Come on, let me see some of our familiar. There we are. There's Miss Prawn, always with us. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Kanlaya, she's a regular. Hello, Kanlaya. Hello, always so friendly to me. Manta, of course, too, with the beautiful flowers. Payal, how does she get online? I just saw her like a few minutes ago before we started the broadcast. How does she get from the inside the temple to in front of a computer?
Right.
Hello, Payal. She must be in the kitchen watching this on a laptop or something. Samkwan, Sawadi Krap, Samkwan.
Beautiful flower.
Yes. This is for you. I cannot read that.
Nipaporn Ying Rung Road from Surin.
Hello.
You can read now.
Joe, hello, Joe. Namaste to you as well.
This is Mom, 88 years old from Thailand.
Hello. Well, nice to meet you too, Sampar. Did I say that right? Sampar.
Sompap, yes.
Always nice to see you joining us. Amfa. What's happening, Amfa?
Yeah.
Prapan.
Wong Panit from Phang is close to Phuket.
Oh, hey.
Have you been to Phang
Can I read?
It's nearby Phuket. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. All right, cool. Come go to Phuket and say hello to my wife. Make sure she's being a good girl. Naparat, always with us. Hello to you. Sivale. Oh, I love to say that name. It just flows out of my mouth. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Manta. Hello, Manta. Sawadee-krap. Good afternoon, Miss Sivale.
Yes, very full name. 11 person attend our program today.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important. I'm so glad to work this program for Buddhist Christianity, mutual understanding,
Exactly.
going to cooperate, hold, can I say, hold the hand, right? What you say in English?
Cold hands. Holding hands. Yes.
Hold hand and go for peace. We are not alone. We have both Buddha, Jesus Christ, and God to support us. We are alone.
True.
We
Very
are
well
not
said.
alone. Yeah. We have friends, good spiritual friend. So we would like to convey this good feeling to you all. So from now, may I invite you to spread out the loving kindness to all being around.
I don't even need the card anymore. I have it memorized. All beings that suffer from birth, old age, sickness, and death are our friends. Be blissful, be blissful. Do not seek revenge against each other. Be blissful, be blissful. Do not be harmful and vengeful towards each other. Be blissful, be blissful. May the body and mind be free from suffering. Be blissful, be blissful. May the body and mind be free from suffering. Be happy physically and spiritually. Save all beings from all misery. Thank you for watching. Peace and loving kindness to all of you, no matter what religion, what philosophy you believe and subscribe to. Just remember, there is something similar between each and every one of us. Focus on that and not the differences. That's a good start.
Peace never be different. May you all be peaceful. That the same thing in mind for everyone. Thank you. See you next time.